Do you have sharp shooting pain down your leg? Do you think you have sciatica? Then this video is for you. I'm Dr. Karen Drummond, owner of Drummond Chiropractic, and I'm going to be sharing with you what sciatica is, what conditions mimic sciatica, and what you can do about it. But as always, before you follow any advice from any video, check with your healthcare provider to make sure it's appropriate for your specific condition, and hopefully that's one of us here at Drummond Chiropractic. But let's get right to it. True sciatica is when a muscle in the buttock called the piriformis is super tight and it's putting pressure on the sciatic nerve. You might be wondering how a muscle in the buttock can cause shooting pain down the leg. Well, when it puts pressure on the sciatic nerve, all the sciatic nerve knows to say is, pain down the leg. It's like turning on a switch and all it does is turn the light on. So when you irritate the sciatic nerve at the level of the piriformis, you hear pain in the leg. So to be clear, there's nothing in the leg causing you pain, it's in the buttock. But other things can mimic sciatica. You can have muscles in the back that pinch the nerve rootlets of the upper part of the sciatic nerve, and that can cause pain going down the leg. Now, if your pain is going down the front of your leg, either the nerve rootlets higher up are getting pinched, those are the ones that form the femoral nerve, or you can have a tight psoas muscle irritating the femoral nerve. Another thing that can mimic sciatica type pain, which is down the back of the leg, especially if it goes past the knee, is when you have a disc that blows out, causing pressure on the root of the sciatic nerve. This is why it's really important to get a proper diagnosis of your pain down your leg. Because if you think it's sciatica and they just work on the piriformis muscle, but the reason why you have the sciatic type pain is because of a disc injury, you're not going to get better. So let's say you really do have a tight piriformis that's putting pressure on your sciatic nerve, but you get it treated, it softens, but then the pain comes right back. Well, maybe the tight piriformis is from something else, like maybe you have a loose SI joint or a sprained SI joint, causing that joint to wiggle too much, so your piriformis tightens to help stabilize that joint. Can you see how if you loosen up the piriformis, it's just going to tighten right back up unless you get that SI joint stable? If you're interested in SI joint sprains and what to do about it, check out my video on SI belts. Another condition that can keep the piriformis tight is if the arch of that side collapses more than the other side. And every time that arch collapses when you walk, that causes a shift in your tailbone. And can you see how that can make that piriformis work harder to hold your pelvis level? Can you see now why we check your feet when you have conditions like sciatica? We want to make sure that when we fix the tight muscles that they are able to stay loose, and when you walk out you don't just tighten back up. So another thing that can keep your pelvis tilted, making that piriformis tighten to keep your pelvis level, is if one leg is longer than the other. So if you're not getting better with traditional treatments for sciatica, that's another thing you can check, is your leg length. Poor posture can also make those muscles tighten up excessively, irritating the sciatic nerve. So improving your posture should help. And remember, if one arch collapses more than the other, that can cause that pelvic tilt, irritating the piriformis and the sciatica. Well, look at your shoes. Maybe one is worn more than the other, causing your pelvis to tilt. So make sure your shoes are evenly worn, and if not, get new shoes. And what about your mattress? Is it getting too old? Is it not providing you enough support? Are you worse in the morning? If you're worse in the morning, maybe it's because the mattress is irritating your condition. And if you're interested in what the best mattresses are, check out my video on that. And in general, my favorite thing to do for true sciatica when it's just from a tight piriformis muscle from overuse is first heat the muscle for 5 minutes, stretch the muscle for a couple minutes, and then ice massage it for a minute or two. And repeat this throughout the day, preferably at least 3 times. And again, check with your healthcare provider to make sure it truly is sciatica and that that's an appropriate treatment for you. I hope this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, you know we love to hear from you. And until next time, stay well.
Come in and experience the Drummond difference. The Drummond difference.